Hey y'all, this is Ivana Walker with Ivana's Thoughts, and today, unfortunately, we'll be ending our Young Entrepreneur series. I really hope that you guys have loved these past two episodes, but this one is going to be so great as well. Today, we have a very special guest. I went to school with her at Armstrong, and I've always admired her for her love of makeup and beauty. She is such a beautiful person. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. My name is Amanda Effiam, and I am the owner of DSMD Shop. You can find me on Twitter at DSMD Shop, on Instagram at DSMD Shop underscore, and my personal Instagram is Edem, that's EDEM underscore EYAM. You can shop our site at www.dsmdshop.com.
All right, awesome. Now, Um, we're gonna just jump right into this. Amanda, would you tell us your business story? So, what is DSMD? And what is it that you do, and how you came up with your business?
DSMD is a small brand that was launched in June 2019. DSMD stands for Dark Skin Makeup Daily, and right now we provide high-end quality makeup tools and inclusive to beginners and pro artists. So you can use our tools if you're a beginner. You can use our tools if you're a makeup artist. They're loved by everybody. And right now we're selling makeup sponges. So we're still in a like startup phase, but we are a growing, fast-growing business. So that's what DSME is at the moment.
Awesome. Now, how did you come up with the name for your business?
Um, the name for our business came because we started a makeup page called Dark Skin Makeup Daily. So I wanted to shorten it and just make it DSMD just to start from the makeup blog and pay homage to the makeup blog. And it's a shop, and I'm planning like just expand it to a whole variety of like products and stuff like that. So that's where it came from.
Can you tell us a little bit about your blog, the Dark Skin Makeup Daily?
Yeah, so Dark Skin Makeup Daily was started in 2016. I started it with my best friend Bianca. Right now it's just me by myself, but it started in 2016 because we felt like we were not being included, and I mean dark skin makeup lovers, dark skin men, dark skin women, anyone in, like that falls under that dark category. We felt like we're being excluded from the makeup industry, so we wanted to create a platform as the way to just kind of like express how we felt about the beauty industry, because
Mm-hmm.
we're makeup lovers. I'm a makeup lover, and I felt like I couldn't find any colors that were suitable for my skin tone, and even when there were colors out there, they were like limited, so there was no like access to products. Products that were shown were not suitable for our skin tone, and e-commerce beauty at that time was like on a rise, and we felt like the e-commerce brands that were starting up were not really catering to dark skin females and dark skin makeup lovers too.
And that is something that definitely needed exposure, especially around that time. You said it was 2016.
Yes, 2016. 2016 was the year for like influencers. 2016 was the year
Right.
where we saw like you know, beauty bloggers just popping up everywhere, and makeup, like especially on YouTube, makeup was blowing up on YouTube and on Pinterest, Tumblr, everywhere. So 2016 was like a good year for makeup. And
Right.
I just wanted to be a part of that.
And I think you have done such a great job because again, you
Yeah.
you started off as a blogger, a beauty blogger, and now you have this brand. Now, can we talk a little bit about what was the key driving force to become an entrepreneur?
Yes, so I left my previous job in 2017. I mean, I was work at that time I was working and also running the blog at the same time, and
Yeah.
I was miserable at my previous job, and I was working at a construction company as a project manager. I was miserable. I felt like I didn't have a voice there in the company. I felt like I was being controlled and I didn't have a say. So I just felt like I wanted to create something of my own that I had control of, and I could have a say in, and I could express myself and my creativity. And I already grew this platform, Dark Sea Makeup Daily, and at that time I had already grown it to 30,000 followers. So I just felt like, why can't I make this something where I can still be doing something I love, expressing myself, but as a way make
Right.
like just still make a living out of it. So that was just like the key driving force was, I have nothing else to do now. I kind of don't want to go back into the workforce and work for somebody else. I just want to do my own thing.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people
Mhm.
are usually in that spot, right? More people than none. Like it's a lot of people who are doing this job just to do a job versus doing something that they love. So it's beautiful that you were able to find something that you love and come this far. Um
Yes.
and again, like you starting off a blogger and everything, like what was your main focus creating DSMD from your blog platform?
Well, from the blog itself, we started it as a way to, like I said, express ourselves and just create a space where not only just us, but other like brown skin, dark skin makeup lovers and beauty
Mm-hmm.
lovers could come on there and just like showcase themselves. We used to post YouTubers, makeup artists, other black owned brands,
Mm-hmm.
and just like small creators who were just like us, but felt like they were being excluded from that industry. And in a way, I felt like at that time, when in 2018, 2019, when I started thinking of DSMD becoming a brand as itself, I felt like the makeup industry was starting to shift into what's being more inclusive with the rise of
Right.
with the like launch of Fenty Beauty and other black owned brands coming up. But I felt like we were being pandered to, meaning that they just wanted to sell to us, but they were not really creating a space for us. So I felt like, I have my the community I formed with DSMD, and my followers come and they ask me about, hey, have you tried this product? What do you think about this? What do you think about this
Right.
brand? I heard something about this brand. And I was just like, why can't I create that brand for myself? Why can't I just have that own space where I can also still have, like, I know what the consumers are looking for as far as people who look like me and all other consumers as well. And I know how brands think and I know how brands move. So I felt like it was kind of like a two-in-one with my brand. And
Yeah.
it was just the perfect space and the perfect opportunity to like launch DSMD and make it a brand.
That's awesome. And
Mm.
can I ask you about your goals for your business at the moment? What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve?
Oh, well, my goals right now is to continue to grow. Um, I'm not sure if you're a spiritual person, but I'm a very spiritual person. So
Yeah.
right now, we're going into retrograde, Mercury's retrograde, and
Mhm.
retrograde, like to me, I feel like it's a time to just go and reflect back and just look back on like the past and
Mhm.
see where your mistakes are and fix it. So right now my goal right now is just to look back at my 2 years, my two startup years, my first years, and just see where I could have improved on. And just like when you look back, you kind of like, you kind of get like a full view of everything. So I want to look
Right.
back and see where I could improve on, how I can scale my business up to the next level. Cause I do feel like I'm in like a stage of transitioning into like not a startup brand anymore, but like a small brand.
Right. Do you think
Mhm.
that your goals have changed from the beginning?
Yeah, well, not really, because my goals right now, like, but at the moment, I'm trying to look back and reflect and see how I can help my business become better. But it's still kind of like still in the same path of like I just want to grow and I want to grow with my business, and I'm open to learning more about the makeup industry from a makeup artist perspective, from a consumer's perspective, from just a makeup enthusiast perspective like myself. So I'm
Mhm.
in a space where I'm still trying to learn and grow. So my goals are still the same from where I started. Was like you're entering this field and you're entering this industry, come in here and be humble and learn about it and grow with it.
Right. So,
Mhm.
in the past, I've asked my guests about their entrepreneurial process when creating their business because it can be different depending on what industry they're going into. So, what was your process in creating DSMD? So, like, kind of talk about what did you have to do to come this far, as in branding and your products and things like that.
Yeah, so when I decided to make this as something I wanted to do for a living and to make money out of this, I went into deep research. I looked back at brands who were self-made startup brands. And I didn't want to look at celebrity-owned brands. I just wanted to look at brands who were just like self-made startup brands. So I started researching and seeing how they became who they were
Mm-hmm.
and who they are today. And I knew that I wanted to start off with a tool. So I chose a tool, which is a tool that would be affordable for not only myself but for consumers, so people are willing to try it.
Yeah.
I felt like a tool itself is not ever going to expire. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to it's not made from chemicals, so it's not gonna like, denature or expire or go rancid. So I
Right.
felt like that would be something that I could, like I said, grow with. So I can buy these tools, I can have these tools sitting, and I can still like build my customer base and not feel like I have product wasting or going bad in the back or like in the warehouse and anything like that. So like I said, I looked at brands that I wanted to be like, and I wanted to see how far they come. And they all started off with tools too.
Oh,
So I just felt
really?
like that would have been, yes, like the brands like Morphe and brands like you see brands like Morphe, Juvia's Place, those brands started off just selling tools, brushes and stuff like that. So I felt like if I could start off with a tool, I can be
Then it
able to
can grow
get
from
people to
there.
invest in it. Yeah, and I can
Right.
grow from there too. Yes.
Okay, so I ended up using one of your sponges. And I was like, you know
Oh,
what? This is amazing. And like I already
you
told
like
you,
them?
yes, I love it. It's
Oh,
I was like
thank
sitting here
you.
and I'm talking to my husband. I was like, listen, do you see this? You see the difference between this one and this one? And I was like, this is just you can tell. You can tell like the quality of it is great. And like
Yes,
you said, it's useful and anybody can use it. And it's like you said,
exactly.
it's not going to expire. So it's something that you can constantly use and not have to worry about, just not having enough of it, or it's just it's so great. I really do love it. And
Thank you.
I am gonna put it, the hand palette I thought was the smartest idea.
Yes.
That was like the best thing. That was really just, oh, I don't know. It's just was so smart. It's genius. Like, can you tell us a little bit about your products?
Yes. Do you want to start off with the hand palette or the
Yes,
sponges?
whichever one, whatever you.
Okay, I'll start off with the sponges because that's how we became
Mm-hmm.
where we're today. So the sponge, I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to start off with tools, and I feel like sponges were just like sponges. When you think of makeup, the first thing I think of is like, how am I going to apply my makeup? And that's a
Mm-hmm.
beauty sponge. Your beauty sponge is how you get your base to be so like skin like and even. And everyone knows about the top beauty sponge right now is that brand, and they sell their sponge for $20. And for me, I felt like that was just too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I go through my sponges like I not that I go through them in a way where I like just go and destroy them, but I went through my sponges in a way where I felt like I needed more than one to do my makeup, and I didn't want to have to spend that much money to have like a sponges to use to apply my makeup with. So
Right.
why not? I felt like that would have been a good tool to start off with, which was the best tool. So I wanted to get a sponge that had a flat edge that was very, very soft because the softer it is, the
It
better it
is.
blends and
It
the
is
better it
so
is to
soft.
like, yes, yes. And I wanted to get a sponge with a flat edge that was soft with that had the best, which is really good quality, durable, and also affordable for me and affordable in a way where I can price it in an affordable price for my
Mm-hmm.
customers. And this hand palette kind of just came to me, like my manufacturer reached out to me and was like, hey, we had this new product here, not really new, but like fair, like we just and like we renewed it and we did a better version of it and wanted you to try it out and see what you thought about it. And I went ahead and just like I was like, please start making these right now because they look so good. And at the
Yeah.
time when they introduced this to me, we're still currently going through a pandemic, but the pandemic had just started and a lot of makeup artists had to go out of like work because they were putting themselves at risk and
Mm-hmm.
their clients at risk just with how intimate makeup application is. So I
Right.
felt like that product was best for the year we were going through in 2020 because one, it's made of acrylic, so you're not wasting product,
Right.
and it's a tool that you can just put on the back of your hand. And when I apply my makeup, I put my foundations on the back of my hand, I put my concealer on the back of my hand because it's just easy to just like you have something on the back of your hand and just
Right.
apply it to your face so makeup stain your hand and your
Mm-hmm.
clothes. And it's a good tool for makeup artists because right now we're going through a pandemic and we're concerned about transmitting the virus and
Mm-hmm.
just being clean and being safe. So I felt like the hand palette is a perfect tool to use or for makeup artists to use as a way for their clients to feel safe but still kind of get that feel of like, okay, I have the product right here in the back of my hand. I can warm
Right.
it up on the palette and apply it straight on my client's face without my client feeling like dirty or feeling like, you know,
Like it's not
they had to like,
sanitary.
yeah, think about
Right.
what's being put on their face and not, yeah, unsanitary. So
Right.
I
And
felt like that would have been a really good tool. And but it's been great. The feedback has been awesome. It went viral on Twitter.
yeah.
Um, and been reviewed by my personal faves, which has just been awesome for me. So the hand palette to me is like my miracle product.
And it's a great product. It really is. And like I told you before, like
Thank you.
even because I was thinking about it, I was like, even braiders, like if you
Hmm.
braid, just put on the back hair gel. What you know what I'm saying? Like we put it on our hand all the time. So why not use the hand palette? Put some hair gel, get you going. And it's just
Yes.
so smart. So it's like really universal, right? Like it's just a great product. It really is.
Very universal. You can use it for makeup application, skincare application, like you said,
Right.
with just doing your hair and putting your hair products there. We like to use the back of our hands for a lot of things,
A
especially
lot of
as
things.
artists and creatives. Yeah, you use the back of
Right.
your hands to hold stuff. So I felt like that tool was perfect to just, especially like I said, during these times where we're thinking of just like stuff on our hands and cleaning our hands all the time. I felt like that product would be really good. And like I said, for me, I just used to have foundation on the back of my hands and I would forget about it till I saw it in the middle of the day. And I'm like, I wonder how many people have also seen this.
Right. Yeah. So, what would you say would be the number one key success to your business? Like, what is the number one thing that has got you, just willing to just keep on going?
Customer appreciation and my customer service. I love to I can't stress this enough. I love to share gratitude to my customers. I love telling them thank you. I love telling them how much, I appreciate them supporting me and just kind of just giving me a chance because they didn't have to. I'm not putting
Right.
in anything out there that's new or innovative. I'm just basically just trying to create my own space, and for people to just allow me to do that and support me, I think it's very motivating, it's inspiring. You feel like you're in the right place, you feel like you're doing the right thing, like
Right.
that validation and that feedback, and it's it's amazing. So my customers are my number one key, like they're my driving force right now.
Oh, I love
They
that.
keep me going.
That is
Yes,
so
I
nice.
appreciate every single one of them. I haven't even met them. When
Yeah.
I do meet them, I just it's amazing because like I said, they're the reason I'm here right now and I'm where I'm at right now.
Okay, so speaking of your customer base,
Mhm.
how were you able to build a successful like customer base?
Um but social media and Instagram, like I said, I have the Darksy Makeup Daily. Well, I have like right now we have about 41,000 followers,
Yeah.
and that helped a lot with building a customer base because I was able to get a percentage of those followers to go to DSMD Shop and just go follow that page. And whoever was interested from that page went to DSMD Shop's page and started
Mhm.
seeing my content, seeing the sponges, seeing what I was offering, and that in a way kind of helped me build a customer base.
Mhm.
Also, with just like with the community that I had, like, the community that I was in with the makeup community, having being in contact with other micro influencers like myself and other just
Right.
beauty gurus, micro influencers, and other brands, it was kind of easy to kind of like, well, not easy, but it helped me a lot to just connect with other influencers to like, hey, would you like to try my products? And I was able to send it to them, able to send it to some people, and basically got some feedback. And they were, some of them were kind enough to post my sponges and my products. So social media has been very helpful with building a customer
Right.
base.
Oh, yes. And
Mhm.
I think it's really like tricky to, especially now with social media, with everything changing, especially with like Instagram and stuff. It is really tricky having, all those followers to like shift with you in your business.
It,
So so having that is such a great thing to like kind of like a step closer to what you're trying to achieve.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're still small and
it's
growing.
it's growing and
But I would say what helped me a lot was just boosting, like a boost, was last year during the summer, early in the summer, we all know that we kind of like we're especially as people of color,
mm-hmm,
Black people, we all kind of faced the trauma just witnessing the death of George Floyd on the and seeing that on the internet.
mm-hmm,
And I just felt like I was so moved by that. I felt like I had to say something about that. So at that time, it was especially like last year when we a lot of bloggers don't like to talk about controversial stuff, and I didn't feel like Black lives was controversial. I felt like Black lives being killed was something that you like, you know,
you should speak
black people
on.
getting killed by the police was something that you we had to speak up
Right.
about. It's something that could happen to any of us. And a lot of people like to steer clear of that conversation because they felt like it was controversial, or they could, like, you know, they could lose sponsorships or, you know, followers from that. But when that
Mm-hmm.
happened, I had to use my platform, Dark Sea Makeup Daily, to talk about that and just talk about how I felt, express myself, and just kind of just I was disappointed in this country, and I just wanted to use my platform as a way to speak about it.
Right.
I was actually getting ready to lose followers from that and lose customers and just be like, oh yeah, this is a death of my like beauty blog and my brand. But that actually, it was the opposite.
Because it
So
should
from
have been the
that,
opposite, right? It should have been the opposite.
right, but it was unexpected because I didn't expect anything to come from just me speaking up about
Yes.
that situation. And but instead I started getting, like, you know, a lot of people were responding back in the same way, just, you know, voicing their frustrations and wanting to support Black
Yes.
owned brand, support Black owned businesses, brands, restaurants. Like, it was a lot of support thrown to us, like, you know, the Black community. And that kind of helped me, you know, grow. That kind of boosted my business. I started getting orders and shout outs and reposts from big beauty gurus, big beauty blogs. And I appreciate that because if that didn't happen, I would not be where I am today. And that just, like, it taught me a lesson that, you know, I would always stand up for what I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
If I see anything wrong, I'm going to speak up against it. If I see something that's good, I'm going to uplift it and give it their flowers. Like,
Right.
it just made me feel like, okay, I'm never going to shut up about anything. I'm going to just express myself, and
Right.
no matter what happens, it's just gonna, whatever happens. I'm just gonna express myself. And I really just am so appreciative of that
Mm-hmm.
whole, just what happened last year. I'm just so I'm still moved by it, but
Yeah. Can you
I'm grateful for that whole experience.
can you tell us about your biggest success, your biggest customer success story?
Yes. So November, well, November and December, I was on my way home, driving home, and I started getting a bunch of like notifications on Instagram and on YouTube, and all the people were like, "Oh my God, Queen gave you a shout out. The Queen gave you a shout out." I'm like, "Who?" And they're like, "Jackie Ina just gave you a shout out."
Yes.
And I almost lost my shit. Like, I actually did. I freaked out because Jackie Ina is one of my, like, she's like an idol to me.
Listen,
And
yes, she is the Beyonce of makeup.
she is the Beyonce. She is the mother of, like, just the Black beauty community.
Yes.
She is just the, like, when you think of Black beauty, I just think of Jackie Ina.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a way trying to separate herself from that, but she deserves, like, she deserves her flowers.
Yes.
And just, I've been watching her since I was in college, just resonating with her and her story of what she came from. She's also Nigerian, like I am. She was also raised like by a single mom, like I was, and just coming, like, she was born in this country and I came here, but in a way, she still felt like she was different, and
Mm-hmm.
so did I. And just seeing someone that I looked up to feature my product on their channel, that's a success story that I'm willing to tell over and over and over
Yes.
again. I'm probably gonna tell it to my great grandkids if I'm still alive. I'm probably gonna have them write it on my tombstone. Like Jackie Ina featured my product on her channel. She featured the hand palette, and I'm just forever. I'm so grateful. I think I thank God. Like this is not something I expected, and it just puts a smile. Like it's a confidence booster. It puts a smile on my
Right.
face. I know like I'm doing the right thing, and
Yes.
uh,
I really,
just
that's one thing I really do love, like following you
mhm,
on social media. It's just seeing you share like just everyone who has used your product and like really shouting them out and
mhm,
giving all these loves, especially like beauty bloggers and stuff, just being able to you know, express how much they love your product. That's just so good. I love to see
mhm.
that.
Yes.
Like
And another person I would love to just like I said, just speak on is another she's I wouldn't call her a micro influencer, but
mhm.
she's still considered a small influencer. Her name is Andrea Renee. She
Okay.
lives here in Atlanta too. She's another beauty blogger that I've just come to just love and appreciate because she is one person that I have not paid. I have not, like
Mhm.
she's not asked for payment, nothing, but she's always constantly like just giving my brand and my products love, shout outs, tagging us, featuring us on her YouTube channel, on her TikTok and Instagram reels, and on her Instagram page itself too, and her stories everywhere. And I just appreciate her as well. She just bought me a bunch of orders today too, and she's another person that I like. I've grown to love. I love her.
Yeah.
It just lets me know that like I don't need to, and I don't need. I also don't need validation from like the biggest gurus because she has also made an impact in my business, and
Right.
she's considered a smaller YouTuber and a smaller influencer, and that's somebody else that I just wanted to
Yeah. And she's
give her
constantly
her flowers and
supporting.
show some love to.
Right.
Constantly, like always supporting. She's somebody that I just, like I said, I'm not, she's not someone that I'm close to or like we're friends or anything like
Mhm.
that, but the love is genuine, genuine love
I
and just
definitely have to
genuine
check her
support.
out.
And yes, her name is Andrea Renee on YouTube. She's so, I love her. I love her content, her aesthetic. I love everything about it. Like, I just love her. Grown to love her.
Yes. Okay, so speaking continuing on that customer base thing, I did want to ask like were there any challenges at all that you faced building your brand or building that customer base at all?
The challenge I faced was just I expected. I mean, I didn't think that a lot of people were gonna jump on my product so fast, but I expected like, significant amount of my platform followers from Dark Sea Makeup Daily to be willing to try my brand. But
Mhm.
I would say that was kind of like that in a way that kind of brought me down and brought like, I felt like I was doing the wrong thing because um building my customer base, especially in the first year, it was very slow, very very slow, and I did
Gotcha.
not expect it to be slow. I thought, okay, I have 30 something thousand followers. There are definitely like 10,000 of them are going to go and just
Get
basically
this.
like I'm going to sell it on the first day, and I did not. And that brought me down a little bit. So
Mhm.
in a way I started like just developing like self-sabotaging like behaviors in a way where I felt like I was doing something wrong and I was comparing myself to other people. And in a way, I don't even know why I was doing this, but I was comparing myself to people who were further ahead than I was, like people who were 10 years and
Mhm.
15 years and 20 years in the game. And I felt like I had to be on their level. And I don't even know why I did that. And
Yeah.
I was more focused on trying to like catch up than actually like, appreciate the customers that I did have. So in a way I was in my own way when
Right.
I first started. I was in my head and I didn't really like I was looking at it as like the grass is greener on the other side and not really
Mhm.
like watering the grass on my side, if
Right.
that makes any sense.
No, it does because I think that actually happens with a
Mhm.
lot of businesses because that's something that I've heard in the past two episodes, like just comparing and just setting these expectations, and once you don't hit them, it's like I failed, and like just
Mhm.
to sit back and just be like, you know what, this is what's going on with my business right now. Let me appreciate it, let me love on it, and let me let it grow the way that it needs to grow because it's not gonna be these other
Yes.
things that you're comparing them to. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the
Yeah.
industry, like it's not gonna be someone else's business, it's yours. So take care of it in the way that, like you should, like you would, because it's yours, right?
Yes, because I had to accept that I'm like I'm never going to catch up with those people that I'm comparing myself. So they are like 20 years in this. Like that's like you trying to like do this like catch up with someone that's like 20 years older than you. You can't. Like
Right.
you're way behind. Just you just have to grow and you just have to be patient and you just have to just let it come to you. And if
Right.
you know you're in your business and you love what you do, it's going to grow.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to become fruitful, and you're going to get your karma, well, your dharma. You're going to get the universe is going to give you back what you put into it.
Right.
And
Right.
that's
And
that's my mindset right now is that I'm going to get what I deserve, and this if this was meant for me, I'm not going to chase it. It's just going to come to me. I'm
right.
just going to put in the work. Let it
Right.
come to
Yes.
me.
I love that because that is so important, and it is important to tell others who are just, like you said, starting off, that it isn't gonna just be overnight. You
It's
have to
not.
like grow it the way that you should, work on it the way that you should.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I see that you're constantly showing your products and that you love your audience so much, and I can imagine a lot goes into doing this. So I want to know, what does a typical day look like for you? Like
Uh,
how do you go about choosing those certain products that you share?
for myself, I'm an entrepreneur where I own my own business, but I'm still a makeup blogger where I review other products. So it kind of helps me like just kind of like stay in the loop,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes my life a little bit exciting. So in the mornings, I like to wake up. I wake up in the mornings. I wake up pretty early. I like to meditate. I started meditating 2 weeks ago actually,
Oh, isn't it
and
great?
it's been so helpful. I got a singing bowl the other day. I got to sing. I just don't know how to like work it yet, but
Mm-hmm.
I got a singing bowl the other day. So yeah, right now I like waking up and just meditating. Listening to just meditation, just listening to and just repeating affirmations for myself. That helps me to just get in a positive mindset. I also then, I eat breakfast and then I like to answer my emails when I'm eating breakfast and just kind of like, be in my own space, in my own world.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do my skincare. And in a way, like, because like I said, I get a lot of products to review, I just kind of like, see what my customers or not my customers, but what my audience and like my followers, what they're looking for, what they're asking about, and what they're asking about, and what's like in the makeup world and the makeup news right now, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of choose my products that I'm gonna like show based on that.
Got you.
Yeah, if that makes any sense.
No,
If you
it
need me to
does.
repeat that, I can.
No, it's
Okay.
no, but that makes a lot of sense because um obviously you want to go by what's in, and
Hmm.
like what is, like what are we looking for specifically. So
Yes.
being able to see somebody try these products before we even spend our money on it, I think is
Mhm.
a great thing, because it gives us like a, maybe I shouldn't, or you know what, it looks really well, so I think I am going to go ahead and put my money into this. So I think that's great.
Yes. And so after I'm done with just choosing the products that I'm gonna like showcase that day or even unbox, because I have products that I also have to unbox in my stories. I then go back to my business side and I work on shipping out orders that need to be shipped out and dropping them off. And I like to just take care of all that before noon. So afternoon is dedicated to like creativity and content creation, whether for
Yeah.
my own business, because I do the content, I create the content for my own business, or just for my blog and my platform. Afternoons are just like dedicated to just content creation. I like to take pictures in a natural light. I feel like, especially when you're displaying makeup and products, you want to see how they look. You want people to see how they look in natural light, and you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
like have artificial lights altering the colors or the shades or anything like that
Yeah.
on camera. So yeah, afternoons when the sun is high and bright, I like to just film, do unboxings, swatch, take pictures, and it's so fun. I play music, I play music, and I just, yeah, I swatch. browse through Instagram, see what people were looking for, see what people were messaging me about. And when I do my unboxings kind of also help me kind of know what products that I want to showcase later on. So when I post my unboxings and I'm showcasing the stuff that I receive from brands, I look at the feedback and the messages I'm receiving from my followers, like, "Ooh, let me know what your thoughts are about this product," or
Right.
"Oh, I wanted to try that. What do you think about it?" Or, does it look like, is it good? Does it smell good? When they're talking about fragrance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what my day looks like. It's really fun. I do everything from home. And I love it because I'm a homebody. Like, I don't like leaving my house if I don't need to leave my house.
Yeah.
So getting to work from home and just do everything from home it's made me happier in the last few years.
That is a fantastic feeling. Right? And I think the pandemic has really helped with people who are just like you, because that's how I feel. I'm like, you know what? There's stuff out there that I don't want to get into, so I'm just gonna stay home.
Yes.
Right. How do you
Dangerous world, stay inside.
right. So how do you generate like new ideas for your DSMD, for your actual business?
Um, I have the help of my manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
Also myself, like, it just kind of just like knowing how I want my business to become like a full scale makeup brand. So I want to have a cosmetic line, and I want to have eyeshadows and lipsticks, glosses, everything. But I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to start off with tools so I can grow to the next step. So right now, like, I kind of just I look at I look at budgeting,
Mm-hmm.
um, seeing what kind of quality I can get with my budget and what my customers are asking for. And I kind of like that helps me like kind of like determine the like my next steps and like what direction I want to move into next. And that's how I'm kind of getting new ideas. As far as inspiration, like I said, I like scrolling through Instagram. I look at other makeup pages. I go on Tumblr, Pinterest, and I just see like what people were like into, and like, the trends, the makeup trends that are in
Mm-hmm.
right now. And that kind of helps me kind of determine like my next product and what I want to work on in the future.
So you talked about like your manufacturer and budgeting and things like that. So I wanted to ask, like, how did you go about like choosing a specific manufacturer?
Okay, so that process was not easy at all. I think I went through 5 or 6 manufacturers before I found my manufacturer. And then when I found my own manufacturer that I wanted to go with, I also then had to go through rounds of samples before I chose the kind of the sponge that I wanted. And I got to choose, like I said, I got to choose my shape, the density of the sponge, how big it expanded, the colors and everything. So finding a manufacturer that was also letting me be like that let me have like a lot of creative directions with my products. It was hard to find one. Also, you want to find a manufacturer that you can communicate with. I know a lot of people like to go and they outsource,
Mm-hmm.
especially through China,
Yeah.
and the communication can like the language barrier can be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to also find like a manufacturer that you can communicate with. So the time difference in communicating with my manufacturers too is like it's been an issue. So I kind of had to like create a schedule for myself, and the days and the times I would speak with my manufacturer. But process itself was hard, but once you find a good manufacturer who communicates with you, who lets you have like creative direction and creative control, the work relationship just kind of blossoms. Like my manufacturer and I were like, I think I talked to her more than I talked to my friends. Like, we're best friends. I was
Right.
sick a few weeks back, and she kept checking in on me. She's so sweet. So just finding a manufacturer that you can just kind of have that kind of working relationship with and respect, it pays off. It pays off. So like, do your research and just find the right person for you.
What is your favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur?
The flexibility and just they're like they're it's a lot of things, but I think the flexibility is one of it, because I like there are some days where I'm not 100%. There are some days where I'm pumped up. There are some days where I'm emotional.
Mm-hmm.
There are some days where I'm just like, I just want to lay in bed. So I think like just being able to be flexible like that and not have to like, just ask for permission or or
Yeah.
feel bad about it, because we're human beings and we're not going to be 100% every day. And like when you're working in like the corporate world and that work field, you have to be 100% every day. I feel like as an entrepreneur, I'm pretty sure I have to be more disciplined, but in a way I can be flexible with my schedule.
Yeah.
I feel like I can express myself. I can be creative with like what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I don't feel like it's work. It never feels like work to me. I'm the happiest I've ever been. So it's a lot of things that I don't ever want to leave this. I don't feel like I would ever be able to go back into like just working in the work field. No, like if that's what everyone has their thing that they want to do, and I feel like being an entrepreneur was probably my thing. I just had to discover it and I just
Yeah.
had to like come into the field first. But just the flexibility, just the, like with creativity, with you, with just, being in control. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that part of it.
And that's a really awesome part, which I am seeking
Mhm.
myself. So this is so good.
You get to choose who comes into your space. If you
Yes.
don't want them in your space, you can just ask them to leave. If you feel like it's not the best, like the right thing for you, you can change your mind. It's just, and I look forward to where I can form a team around me, to where I can say like, okay, now I have a team around me. Maybe I can look at being an entrepreneur in a different light and in a different
Mm-hmm.
perspective. But for right now, I just love the flexibility. I love that I can just be creative and still be a boss and still make a
Yes.
living out of it.
And I hope this continues for you. I really do. I really
Thank
do.
you. Thank you.
So do you have any, like, what is your biggest fear? Do you have any fears? And if you do, how do you manage that?
Um, so like I said, I'm looking to build a team now. I think I'm in a place where I have to start scaling my business up and kind of hiring people. So my biggest fear right now is I don't want to hire the wrong person. Not saying that I'm going to hire someone that's going to ruin my business. I don't want to hire and feel like I wasted anyone's time.
Yeah.
So that's a fear for me right now. And um how I'm trying to manage it is vetting people.
Gotcha.
Just basically getting to know people. I want to bring people who are probably more excited about this than I am. I want to bring people who want to just be a part of my journey. Not and I want to bring people who are also looking to kind of like start their own thing as a way to kind of mentor them too. So I'm looking at it as like how I'm trying to manage this fear is that like, if they come on here, that's their choice, and you don't have to feel bad about it, because if you even if it doesn't last, even if something goes wrong, you can still say that you brought on somebody and you gave back.
Right. It's an experience.
Yes, and when you give back, like I said, it's like when you put into the universe, it gives back to you too. So
Right.
I just feel like, I'm gonna put in that like energy. It's gonna be positive, and if I hire someone, I'm gonna be positive about it, and I'm gonna build my team around positivity and communication and just trust. And when you trust somebody and you build that trust with someone, you don't fear them anymore.
Right. And how is that process
Yes.
going right now?
Right now, at the moment, I'm still trying. Like I just got out like my holiday season rush,
Mm-hmm.
so right now, I am gonna start looking for people to hire, and also looking for the like where I'm like the next step in where I want to go into with just expanding my business. Do I want to like find a warehouse, or do I want to hire someone? Do I want to train a team? And I yeah, that's
Yeah. I got you.
I'm
Whatever
in
that
that
next
process
step
now.
is.
I'm starting to brainstorm and write down like just write down vetting questions and notes. I'm watching YouTube videos, and I've been on Clubhouse just talking to other brand owners
I
and seeing how
saw
they
that
just like
today.
yes,
I thought
yes,
that
you
was so
should totally join
cool.
Clubhouse.
I'll think about it. Listen, I've been hearing so many things about it, and I'm like, I don't know, but I will
It
definitely
like
get to you on that.
I mean, with everything that has its good and it has its bad,
Of
depending
course.
on how you use it and how you utilize it. And I feel like with me, Clubhouse has been great with just connecting with like other people in the beauty community that like I didn't even know,
Mm-hmm.
like were the like just people in the community that like put so much into the beauty community that I didn't even know about, and just getting to meet them and hearing their stories and just getting tips and advice and talking to people that I haven't met first face to face who are just so willing to help. It's
Yeah.
been really, it's been uplifting, it's been motivating. It's just it's a space for me to just go on and just kind of like talk to people who relate to me and what I'm
Mm-hmm.
going through right now, and not in a judgmental way, but in a way where they're just like accepting and they're willing to listen to you and give feedback.
Right. I did hear, like, I do hear that a lot. Like some of my some of my friends who have their businesses and stuff are also doing the same, and I have heard that a lot. It's like being able to like branch out outside of your circle and like
Yes.
just expanding your knowledge and being willing to take in, you know what I'm saying? So I yeah, like I said, I'll get back to you on all of that, and we'll talk.
Yeah, yes, definitely. If
Yes.
you need that invite link, just hit me up.
Yes. So who is your who or what is your biggest inspiration?
um, can I list several people?
Yes. Yes.
Like I said, I mentioned Jackie Ina. She's an inspiration of mine. Danessa Myricks. She's a makeup artist who she her own brand, self made. Um, I love her. I She's also on Clubhouse, and just listening to her too, I've realized I resonate a lot with her, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I'm attracted to people that I did not even know that I could relate to a lot, but for some reason I'm drawn to them. And first, I don't know why, but I'm just drawn to these people, and then I realize that I have a lot of in common with these people. And
Mhm.
yeah, another person is Pat McGrath. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything in common with her, but she's just someone that I look up to. She's a black woman. She owns Pat McGrath Labs. Her makeup, her cosmetics, they're amazing. As an artist, she just transcends. Like she is magnificent. She's amazing. She's
Oh.
so talented, well spoken, humble, and just all around like a just I don't want to say a good person, but all around just like a person you would just want to have around you, somebody you
Yeah.
want to look up to. And that's Pat McGrath for me. Um, yeah, those are my inspirations. My mother, my mother is somebody that has been an inspiration to me too. She is someone that kind of had to make her own way and build her own path. And I looked at my mom and like just her how she raised my sister and I. And my mom passed away in 2018, but I can still
Mhm.
see her in us in a way. Like my sister and I, we have our own businesses and we have our own things that we're doing. And
Yeah.
in a way, like I'm just like my sister and I are different, but when it comes to just being business minded and how we treat people and how we look at things and how we look at life, we kind of like we learned that from our mom. So she's been a big inspiration in my life.
Oh, that's
Of
beautiful.
course she is, but she's like just her herself, just as a person and what she's been through, especially as an African woman, is just like she was able to get through that and conquer it and just made a big impact while she was alive. I want to have that same story for myself too.
And you will. I have faith. I think you really will, because you're such a beautiful person, all in all. So,
Thank you so much.
yes. Let's end it off with, what piece of advice would you give someone who is trying to start their own business?
Mm. Okay, one good advice I can give is we all have what we want our dream business to look like. I know what I want my dream. I know what I want DSMD Shop to look like, but you want to make sure you start off, make your dreams your goal, and just start off with baby steps. And like I said in the beginning, I wanted to start off with something I could grow with that would not break my bank and will also kind of not like, not kind of not yeah, not that won't break my bank and won't waste my time in a way. And I could also be able to like grow and learn with in my my field and my industry and my business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an advice I can just give to everyone else is just start small, make your dreams your goal, and start off with what you can start off with now. And when you're starting off, make sure that you're starting off as one. Don't start off with a team yet. Just start off with one,
Yeah.
and then add on.
I think that's
Mm.
great advice. I do want to talk a little bit about a giveaway that we are having, where we are showing love all month long. And Amanda and I are partnering to give away some of DSMD products and some other things too.
Mhm.
Some really, really cool goodies.
Mm. So we're gonna have our DSMD shop products as well as other makeup products, skincare, makeup, eyeshadow, lip glosses, like just a full display of makeup. So we're gonna have a picture of that. I'm gonna be taking pictures. I'm gonna have that posted platform as
So I'll
well.
be posting it, and then we'll be, all of the things that you need to do in order to participate. So please participate,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll announce the winner on February 28th to give you enough time to participate and share. And then
Yes.
yeah.
And this is, you can enter with Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
Right?
So, but yeah, so make sure you participate in our giveaway. We'll put
Mhm.
all the rules and all that stuff so that you can participate in on our post. And again, we will be announcing the winners on February 28th, and we'll give you more information on how that's going to go. But for right now, please make sure to follow the podcast on all of your favorite podcast apps, and as well as on Instagram and Facebook. You can like the page Ivana's Thoughts. And Amanda, would you tell them where they can find you at again and all the upcoming things you have?
Of course, you can find me on Twitter at DSMD Shop. You can also find me on Instagram at DSMD Shop _ our beauty content page. Please make sure you follow the page. We do a lot of swatches, reviews, and other products, and we like to introduce you to other brands, and that's Dark Skin Makeup Daily. And our website is www.dsmdshop.com. Thank you so much, Ivy.
You're welcome. Thank you for
You're
coming on here.
welcome.
I love this. I really do. And I'll also put the in our description. I'll go ahead and put all your handles. And
Thank
yeah.
you.
Well, thank you guys for listening. You guys have a great one. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.